You know, for the season that we've had this year, man, I know these are two probably meaningless games, but I don't care. It's like a breath of fresh air when the Bengals win. I know it was against two not good teams, not very good teams. I know, we had some boneheaded plays. I'll get into that in a minute. But man, a win's a win at this point. 6-8, not bad, not good, not what we need to be. It's bad for a team with like that the talent that we have, but you take it, man. And shout out to the Titans, man. Good game today. You guys came out ahead at the start. I was like, man, they could. I want to say that Will Levis' first interception. I was like, okay, we're in control of this game. But anyway, let's dive into some of the summaries, man. So obviously, my biggest takeaways is Najong Meta, Miami Najong Meta. I mean, this dude, he actually looked okay at linebacker backer. I thought he looked okay. Him and Jermaine Pratt both. He's filling in for Logan Wilson, and honestly, I think that's good. He's developing under, a veteran like Jermaine Pratt. And again, Burrow had the rough start on the second play of the game, his first pass of the game. I believe it was first or second, but had some defensive lapses, like we couldn't contain Tony Pollard. And, I thought it was going to be a long day, especially when they went down that second drive to make it 14-7. I was like, oh, here we go again. And then things happen, like Burrow fumbled, so I'm like, shoot, they can bust the game open. And that's not what happened because Trey Hendrickson had a strip sack as well. Sam Hubbard, congrats on your first receiving touchdown. This is not his first touchdown because everybody knows what happened in the playoff game against Baltimore, but good moment right there. He hasn't been having a great year, but unfortunately he did get injured. But, Joe Burrow gave him the ball. That's a special moment for him. Tee Higgins had a touchdown. And Jordan Battle, man. Really, man? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I remember seeing this for the first time in the Oregon Utah game in 2014, which was like my first year I really got invested into football, mainly NFL. Because college, obviously I'll watch it, but not as much as the NFL. One thing I loved to see was how he was getting ripped on the sideline. It shows like, man, this is not the standard here and everything. So, as far as that, man, I have nothing to complain about, like the defensive performance, but that was just a boneheaded play, and I'll dive into that. But anyway, shout out to the defense, man. Geno Stone has been having a terrible year. Good for him, man. Back-to-back games with a pick six, or a pick rather. He had a pick six today. That was incredible. He read that one pretty well. It actually wasn't a bad throw by Will Levis. He just read it. Trey Hendrickson causing havoc as he's been doing all year as well. And Mike Hilton, man, he blitzed like 3 times a cornerback blitz. He is the best blitzing corner I think in the like he read a Tony Pollard probably like 3 times today. I think like I counted 3 times, but I mean it could have been more. But yeah, man, shout out to the defense. That's a great kind of breath of fresh air. It just always seems to come. It seems to come at the right time, just because like obviously we know the track record our defense has had in December. Granted, I still think this defense is not good, and the early game did show that. But regardless, man, you got to be happy with the performance from the defense today. And then also, of course, 10 turnovers, most in a game since '07, which is crazy. But Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, I mean, Joe Burrow had some issues, don't get me wrong. He had a couple interceptions, he had a fumble as well, but, he still broke the all-time touchdown pass records for a Bengal. So congratulations to Joe. Um, and Jamar Chase, man, I mean, 9 receptions, 94 yards, not his greatest game, but again, that's a pretty good game for Jamar Chase. Not for his standards, but it's a good game. Like seriously, this dude is just a walking 90 plus yards. I feel like so. This duo 9 plus 1 equals 10. Is he? I saw Bengals social media posted about that, so I give them credit, of course. But yeah, our guys look good. T. Higgins had an amazing touchdown as well. That was just a dime by Burrow while he was falling down when he got sacked. That was amazing. So you love to see stuff like that, man. The chemistry and one thing I didn't say is T. Higgins. He switched his agent. Again, I'll dive into that a little bit later. I'll maybe have a video out later this week talking about it, but that's something you love to see between the chemistry between the two, and hopefully talks moving forward in terms of contract and stuff. It'd be such a good moment for Bengals fans if they both get signed. So that would be amazing. Just see both of them at once. But have to be happy with the performance today, man, from the offense and defense, and also of course I have to give my general takeaways that they showed signs of life even against it was a bad team or a mid team. Hubbard touchdown was something that we enjoyed. We kind of missed that fun football, but again, it comes down to us winning out and getting help for the slim playoff chances that we do have. It's going to be important. Granted, I don't think it's going to happen, but I think we have a chance to really run the table here. If we can do that, I'll feel really good going into the offseason. But that's something that we just have to do. And then, again, it ain't easy. The Browns, who else is it? The Broncos, who are not a pushover by any means. They're a good team. They're actually the team that we're fighting to get in the playoffs with. Then you got the Steelers. Possibly 1-2, maybe 0-3 if like they really just take their foot off the gas. Because Browns division game, and you never want to count a division opponent out, just especially against the Bengals. Like their history against division opponents is not good in the last like couple years. So that's something that we have to figure out as well. Right now we just can't control it. So right now we just enjoy the win and get ready for Cleveland, man. Next week, next Sunday should be a fun game. Like it's Bengals going for the sweep, so that's something that I would take. One more thing, I forgot to say this. Remember the Titans? They lost to Cincinnati on January 22nd, 2022, and they just lost again. I actually have that shirt on, so that's something I'm going to take a lot of pride in wearing right now. But good game to you, Titans. You guys actually gave a tough fight. I mean, Grant, I think that Will Levis, man, I mean, Mason Rudolph gave him, he also didn't make the best of throws, but, he did add a little bit of a spark, I guess. But that's pretty much it, man. I'll see you guys for the Bengals are going for the sweep of their rivals up north. And remember, the Titans lost to Cincinnati. All right, I'm done.